Hi everyone, this is Byte Relay, and today we are on PGConf U, and now I've met here Vladimir from QDO. He's expert in Postgres and in Kubernetes, and now we will have an interview about this. Please tell us a few words about you.
Sure, yeah. My name is Vladimir. I'm mainly dealing with modular infrastructure based on Kubernetes and Terraform, and one of the databases we mainly support is Postgres. And I came along the path to join PGConf to learn more about this incredible database.
Cool. And so, do you like databases? It's like you're specialist in databases or in something else?
I mean, I mainly focus on like a general infrastructure, but databases is definitely a key part of it. So I'm not a DBA, so
Mhm.
I'm not that familiar with internals, but I can say that yes, I like databases as a perfect and reasonable storage
Mhm.
for the data.
But well, there is a ton of knowledge you need in Kubernetes and ton of knowledge you need in Terraform and also ton of knowledge in databases. What if you would just start today, where would you start in databases or in Kubernetes stuff?
I mean, I will start as I will start it, and as my father pushed me through the way, I will start from assembler and microcontrollers, and later learn the programming
Yeah.
in abstract way, like how to develop algorithms and how to draw them, and only then I will continue with like operations.
Uh-huh.
Because how you can operate a thing that you don't know how it is like a build.
So from the very basic levels to
Yes.
more high level organization, that makes sense. Perhaps you could start from wires and transistors.
I
Or
mean,
is too low?
that will be cool, but not really necessary. So I mean, the quite a lot of operational problems and questions arise from how operation system works, how hardware works, and if for you it's a black box, it may lead to a situation where you blindly trying something without deep understanding like what's actually going on. As an example, like problems with swap, with disks, with database optimization for different hard drives, uh, if you have SSD or blazingly fast SSD, the database will, and especially Postgres, should be configured way differently.
Makes sense. Can you recommend some source of knowledge to those who already is somewhat into databases,
hmm
but to learn more high-level organization stuff?
I
Maybe.
mean, nowadays you have ChatGPT,
Mhm.
which is
Got it.
sometimes hallucinate, sometimes not. But overall, I would recommend to start reading. I don't remember, not really prepared for interview. I don't have a recommendation list for books, but I can add it later.
Yeah,
But
sure.
it's a few books regarding the OS
hmm
architecture in general, like how Linux works.
hmm
And if you specialized on, my general recommendation is to have a specialization one domain first,
hmm
and then expand it. So not to try cover like all possible scenarios.
I mean, it's like not a university course. Can you propose just one source, just one
Uh,
something that no?
No, it's not possible.
Yeah.
This is essential like a value of a good engineer.
hmm
You gather it all information, sort it out inside yourself, and able to apply it.
You have to build the whole picture.
Yeah,
No way to take just one small piece.
I mean, no, you can be really specifically oriented specialist for one like a really tiny domain. Like I know a few guys who's just DBA,
hmm
so they know how to optimize queries, they know how Postgres works, and they operate only in this like a relatively tiny domain. They're quite happy, so it depends.
Makes sense, but okay, if not for learning, but the piece of knowledge that you like most,
Uh,
blog post or I know TikTok or book or course or ChatGPT?
Uh, it's hard to say like that. Do I have like a one specific like knowledge base? But yeah, I don't have it.
Okay.
Like I'm
So
I'm constantly learning, and it's
most recent stuff. Anything.
um on this conference, the first talk, which was regarding the how internals of a Postgres operate with XID
Mm-hmm.
and transactions. This was incredible.
Great. Thank you so much for recommending at least one piece of knowledge. So you're a specialist in Kubernetes, and it seems like databases are actually moving that way. But I still see many want to work bare metal, like setting all the stuff by themselves. Do you think like in future we will have only operators and no SSH, no like apt-get and all that stuff?
It all comes from like a from maturity of like our operations. Since we Kubernetes in a nutshell is a really good orchestrator. So it does a job. We can provide you like ability to build your own API on top of operators framework, and that's really cool. But it had complexity on like the cluster level itself. Regarding the databases, from my experience, operators works quite well at any size,
Mhm.
and we might appear to the situation where it's easier and easier to offload job to operator rather than self-host it on a machine. But
Mhm.
it all depends on it all works in a cloud. So when you have like a magically appears machines where you can order like, yeah, give me 5 more terabytes of the disk and everything done under the hood by provider. But if you're talking about small business which runs on premise, I don't
Mhm.
think so.
So in Garage you will still have to install Postgres from sources or repositories and set it up.
Yeah, for sure.
Makes sense. I heard that like nowadays many migrate back from cloud to Garage. Do you observe something like that?
Yes, at some point I saw like a trend for the like how's like even a trend for self-hosted bare metal Kubernetes. So that you're so crazy that you just literally buy machines and self-hosted your own cluster. Um,
It's crazy. Like, is
because
it that difficult?
no, it's a hidden it's a problem in the hidden cost. The cloud hide from you as a client the cost of having like a 3 data centers, fully replicated setup, like backup power, backup internet connections. And if you try to replicate exactly the same for you,
You have three garages.
yes, you have 3 garages, diesel generators, 3 different internet providers in each garage. So that basically the complexity is not. You should be big enough to handle this additional hidden cost.
Okay, so if we meet in the same conference, on the same conference in 5 years, do you think everything will be still in clouds, everything will be in Kuber, or how data landscape will look like?
I mean, I'm pretty sure that most of the internet will be still in Drupal or WordPress. This is like
Lamp stack is forever, I
yeah, LAMP stack is
understand.
forever. But I think that cloud providers may start to offer more options where you self-host a rack. Because
Hmm.
Amazon is really like heavily pushing this idea for the past 10 years. And I think we will end up in some hybrid state where if you wish to host your own like a hardware, you have this option, but the management and operation still on the cloud provider.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, this is like, I just have to ask it. Maybe AI will replace us all and build something better.
Yeah, sure. I'm not sure that AI will replace it, but definitely make the things way more efficient.
Uh-huh.
Me myself, I'm using like a daily base
Hmm.
for regular like scripting, not for the like learning curve mostly, but for the offloading, like boring or like quite easy operations. And I think at least what I see may happen that the level of engineers who can operate with like a quite complex setup will be lower. Not the level themselves, but the entry level. So because you can entry a profession and be efficient way early than before. Because you don't need to know all these tiny details. So I think it will be the same blast radius as with when internet itself and Google was invented. Because nowadays you don't need to remember all the details. You always Google documentation. You never remember all the flags.
Yeah, just Google the script, add the sudo, and run on production server.
Exactly, and especially fetch from CRUD.
Yeah, cool. Okay, thank you very much, Vladimir, for sharing your insights. Thanks for watching. Bye.